Hey, so this is how I'm filming. I just feel like really, I did my hair, my makeup, I feel really good somewhat. So yeah, um, I was gonna talk about um, my, I've only had two fuckboys my entire life, and I'm 30. One of them went to jail, and that's a whole other story time. But this one has started following me on Instagram, and he knows who he is if he's watching this, which, oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious. And I'm like already embarrassed if he watches this, but hey, talking about you and me. So, um, where do I begin? He was a coworker. I worked at a marijuana farm, a recreational one, since I live in the Pacific Northwest and it is legal where I live. So legally, I was working on a cannabis farm. And I had just gotten out of a relationship that was really bad, had a bad ending. And I told you guys about that already on a story time about my ex. And I would link it below, but I don't know how to do that because I don't know. I guess I'm not millennial enough yet. But yeah, so there is a story time of that and that ex. So anyways, I digress. So I see this person, and the day that I show up for work, I am in cannabis farm clothes or farm clothes. So when you think of farm clothes, you think of like long shirts and like long pants and like kind of like utility looking stuff and like a lot of dark colors and blah blah blah. I was trying to fit in. I had a beanie on. And so, anyways, moral of the story is I was wearing absolutely no makeup. I was taking the job totally serious. And I was like, this is an extra way for me to make money. I already was working at the dispensary. And I'm going to have to do a story on that and how that all went to shit. But at the moment, it was like everything was working out really well. And I was making extra money at this cannabis farm. So I like literally the first day I'm working there, no makeup. Maybe it was the first or second day. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say it's the second day, but I'm assuming it's the first day. He was like sizing me up, and then before I know it, like I added him on Facebook. Okay, so that's what it was. I added him on Facebook, and I'm assuming he thought that meant I want to fuck you, because when you're a hoe of a man, you think that that's like a ting 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 green light. So, and you know what? I don't know. I mean, I was just like trying to make friends. He was like one of the more like decent people I met in a long time. Like he made me laugh, and like I don't know. I just like got this like sense of like familiarity. Like he reminds me of Arizona, where I basically a majority of my life grew up, and I told him that. So everything I'm saying to you, for the most part, he knows. But anyways, so he like literally like 3 days into working, I'm just gonna give him a benefit of the doubt. I get a message via Facebook after work, and he's like, "I want to see what you look like naked." And I was like, at the time I was single and like brokenhearted, so total rebound, right? Like totally was ideal. I literally looked over and was like, great, like we're gonna probably hook up. Like he was so flirty, and like, have you ever had that with someone where you just know and you're like, great, we're gonna see each other naked at some point. We're gonna fuck, you know, eventually. And so I haven't had that many times in my life, but he was one of the times that I just had this feeling. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm lonely enough, he's slutty enough, like it's gonna work out. So we start like having casual encounters, and at the time he was doing like overnight shifts watching the crops, aka the plants, aka weed. And so, you know, he would come over early in the morning and stuff. Like that's how like I would say not thirsty. I told him I was horny, but really I just like I wanted attention, and like I think part of him wanted attention too. Like he tried to I think make it seem like, you know, it was just sex, but like I don't know, our relationship was really weird. We're the only people I've ever known that, at least I haven't heard anyone tell me this, that like they've boned someone and was friends with benefits, but like more just fucking someone, not even really friends. And then they started working together and they became friends and they stopped fucking. Like, I feel like that like never happens. He's an interesting guy. I'm gonna say that because I've never met a guy that's like, yeah, I'll still hang out with you, but I don't want to fuck you anymore. Even though like I think he would have, I just stopped like giving my vagina out. Basically, that's the moral of the story. Is like I just kind of like simmered down, and I knew he was hooking up with other people too, so like kind of like skeeved me out. Like I'm not that girl. I'm like a one on one person. So even though like we weren't a couple, I was starting to act couple-like, and I think it like really turned him off. We had a night where in front of all my friends, oh my god, I was so happy. Not all my friends, but like a lot of my then coworkers from the dispensary. I was like, oh my god, I have someone like that's gonna show up and blah blah blah. And he's like super cute and like they're little. I like wanted to see like the shock factor of the fact that it was him. And you know, honestly, a lot of people, and if he does watch this, I think he's adorable. You know, obviously I had sex with him, but other people don't think he's cute. And maybe it's his personality or like the fact he's kind of like a man whore or like a flirt. I don't know. All I know is he always treated me really well. So, I mean, for the most part, you know, as a fuckboy, he treated me really well. And as a friend after the fuckboy, he treated me really well. So I can't hate on him. But where I'm going with this is he just recently started following me on Instagram. And like